Welcome everybody to today's call. We're glad you've joined us. If you know someone that's not here with us yet, give them a shout. Let's get that started. You know, in the Mastermind or Money Matrix video a few minutes ago, we learned some great things about Febreze and having people incorporated into their lives. We can use that information. Check that out. That's in the back office or on Helios. Excuse me, got a frog. Good information on the money markets, and they're all there for you. Not the money market, but the money matrix. And then before that, we played a video of Bob Snyder, and you noticed when he was going along the street, he took an opportunity to provide value to some school kids, and all he had to do was honk the horn on the Freedom Wagon, and that just gave him a tickle. You think that made a difference for a minute in their lives? Think they felt good about it? You know what? It's all about how people feel, and knowing that you're concerned with what they're doing, with how they're doing, and that you want to make their lives better. Bob made those kids' morning better just by giving a toot on the horn, and he provided some value by doing it. And it only took a second. And that's a secret that Michael and Vanessa Huggins know. These are two people. They go around wherever they go. They provide value. And it just returns dividends, folks. If you're just providing value, looking for the opportunity to make a positive difference in someone's life, that's all it takes. And Michael is here to make a difference in our lives today. Michael, good morning. How are you, sir?
I'm doing fantastic. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Wealth Wednesday. Thanks, Ron, for setting this up. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for being here. It's an exciting day. We got a couple more days this week to get our orders in, and we have been in crunch time, Captain Crunch time, as they say in other parts of the country. Yeah, this is a beautiful time of the year to continue to talk to our war markets. I know a lot of people keep running into some challenges with being able to recontact leads or being able to get in touch with random strangers that they're trying to market to, but not having as much open communication as they like. Well, part of it has to do with our lead pools, and part of it has to do with a couple principles about being on the phone and the way that we're contacting and communicating with people. So let's go over a few phone principles, and then I will open it up for some questions, because I know since we're getting close to the end of the week, which is close to the end of the quarter, which is close to the end of the year, I want to make sure we're answering some questions and getting your folks in the system. So good morning, everyone. It's exciting to see all your names in here. I know how hard a lot of you are working when I look down this list. I'm impressed with the kind of people that I get to hang out with. So thanks for being here. Remember to encourage your folks to be on the line. You got your other IMAs and different team members, across the country. Make sure they're on here. We're into duplication mode. All right. Let's do this. All right. Connecting here. All right, so what I would like to do, no matter who we're calling, when I set up a call party, I want to give you a little bit of framework and structure for how I like to get my brain going. So connect this here. Got to get our brains going every day. All right, connecting. Dun, 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 dun. All right. We got today, we got tomorrow, and we got Friday to get our orders in. Oh, buddy, it's getting down to the wire for some of us in the goals that we created for ourselves and we're stretching for. Oh, there we go. Bang. All right, let me turn some of these off. All right. Perfect. Okay. Mindset of steel. The mindset of steel. Creating the mindset of steel when we get on the phone requires a couple things. So here's what I do. And then you guys can ask questions along the way to make sure you guys are getting clear so you can copy. The whole thing is copy me. I want you to copy me. Okay, mindset of steel. First is I review the 4 core beliefs. So I can get a piece of paper out, or if we're using the whiteboard to remind ourselves who we're calling, I'll review the 4 core beliefs. So let's quickly review. Renatus is the best income opportunity in the country. Renatus is best. Everyone needs it. I'm doing them a favor. And it's their loss. They say no. Easy. Okay. Then, second thing I do is I remind myself of the three principles on the phone. 3 phone principles. So those are number 1 is enthusiastic as ever. Enthusiastic as can be. You got to generate that yourself, and you got to remember enthusiasm is contagious, and you want people to catch it. So, all right, just having some fun here. Number 2 is being sharp as a tack. And number 3 is being a person of authority. Okay? These 3 things really, really get you places on the phone. Okay? Because if you don't realize this, can people see you on the phone? Can people see you? When you're on the phone, it feels like they can't see you, but instantly what happens is based off of those 3 things, 1, 2, 3, they're painting a picture in their head of who the heck you are and what you look like and where you're sitting and who, you know, everything about you. They're making these pictures in their head. And so if you're not enthusiastic, but you're sharp as a tack, you'll look one way. If you're a person of authority, but you're not sharp as a tack and you're not enthusiastic, you'll look a different way. So they've done tons and tons of research and found that those 3 things are what make people want to stay on the phone with you. Enthusiastic as hell, sharp as a tack, and a person of authority. Okay, then the third thing for my mindset of steel is some affirmations. It's a real quick thing. Before I pick up the phone, I remind myself a couple things. I am awesome. I attract awesome people. Number 2 is I add value to other people's lives. And number 3 is I have an important message to share. Right? Some of you think you have an annoying message to share or an inconvenient message to share. And I want to remind you, you have an important message to share. Can you hear me now? Denise, good morning, good morning, good morning. Can you hear me now? Okay, so we got our 4 core beliefs, reminder of what I need to be on the phone, my affirmations. 4 is smiling. Okay. In case you didn't know, people can tell if you're smiling on the phone. People can tell if you're paying attention. People can tell. So we had an awesome call party on Monday. Man, you guys should have been there. It was awesome. We had so many people over at my house. So we had some couches, some chairs, some tables. We had all these lovely IMAs. I'm chilling over here. We got an IMA here. We got an IMA here. We had an IMA here. We got an IMA here. An IMA chilling on the couch. And we were doing some round robin stuff where we call it no dead space. Okay, everyone's calling. As soon as someone hangs up, someone already has a call loaded. They just hit call, starts ringing. There's no downtime. There's no dead space. And a couple of these other IMAs were brand new and wanted to listen. So we're just calling, we're listening. The affirmations are, I'm awesome, I attract awesome people, I add value to other people's lives, I have an important message to share. Okay, so here we are at our call party. And again, we reviewed those things. And now we're calling. So I like to do call parties, just so you guys know, Monday evenings, because that's when people are hating their job the most. So I do Mondays from like 4 to 8-ish, right? Because then we're watching the Founders webinar. We got the TV right here, so at 8 o'clock, the Founders webinar on. And we also like to call in the mornings, Tuesdays, from like 9 to noon. So the people who don't answer on Mondays, they'll see my call again on Tuesday, and hopefully they pick up. So that's kind of the schedule I've seen be working for me. Okay, now, when we're calling our leads back, so some people were calling warm market on Monday, but most of us were calling cold market people. And they were calling off of drop cards. We were calling off a 3-foot rule. These are our main popular ones. We got drop cards. Good job, Robin, making some awesome drop cards, finding awesome people. Here in Denver, we're putting out signs, but we're also doing a ton of 3-foot rule because people just like talking to people in Denver and being able to say hi, how are you, and get a phone number. The 3-foot rule, and then meetups. Excuse me. As soon as I start thinking about leads, I start sneezing. Meetups, and then also warm markets, and then a couple guys had some Craigslist ads. Okay, so we have our leads, we're calling, we're smiling, we're dialing, we're a person of authority, sharp as a tack, we're enthusiastic as possible, and okay, so now we're just in the midst of it, right? We're using our scripts. What got you interested in my ad? What do you do for a living? How long have you been thinking about real estate? Are you looking to get into it full-time or just create something on the side? Have you done it before? Just a bunch of questions, tons of questions. But the key is, let me put this out here. The key is phone calls. The goal is less than 8 minutes. Holy cow. A couple times I've spent 15, 20, 30 minutes on the phone with someone, and then they won't even watch the damn webinar or show up to a meeting. What the hell was they doing for 30 minutes on the phone? I mean, if we can get it down to 4 minutes, we're creating enough intrigue, giving them the address so they can show up, or the online address so they can watch, and that's it. And that's it. Setting an appointment, doing our BAM fam. Now, if people are not picking up when you call back, If people aren't picking up when you call back, we've missed a few things. So for our review, our money-making activities, the MMAs, are see the people, tell the story, build for events, continuous follow-up, AFTO, a BAM FAM, OEP. Those 7 things. So now we can just start to go back and look. Say, all right, if people aren't staying with me and moving all the way through this process, what's going on? What are we missing here? Okay, so some other things to point out is telling the story and building for events is a cycle. You gotta tell more stories, and we're constantly building for more events. And then AFTO and a BAM FAM is a cycle where you're gonna say certain things over and over and over to get to the next step. Now, if we're brand new, do you know what sometimes we'll do? Sometimes we will, once we have our lead, so we see the people, and as soon as we hear that they want to do real estate, we build for events, and then we hang up. And we totally skipped telling a story. So we got to understand this principle that facts tell and stories sell. Facts tell and stories sell. So if we go back and look and say, all right, well, if people aren't answering when I call them back, especially if we set an appointment for me to call them back and they're not answering, then that tells me that I'm out of the loop or I didn't do something right with the money-making activities. So we can kind of self-diagnose and say, all right, let's go back. Let's take a step back. Did I follow up? Did I build for events? Did I tell the story? Good. I mean, and then yes, obviously we saw the people. So I'm going to switch to my PowerPoint real quick because I want to make sure we're on the same page with telling the story. Here we go. Boom. So let's quickly review telling the story. Dun, 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 dun. Telling the story. Okay, a couple quick principles. Tell compelling stories to engage our audience. That's the name of the game. If they're not compelled to get back on the phone with you or compelled to attend an event or compelled to watch a link, we're not doing it right. That's all. And good thing is there's a couple 100 million people in this country that we can practice on. Facts tell and stories sell. Here's something you got to remember too, is any story can be told powerfully. Sometimes people think they don't have a story. And they go, I don't have a story. Michael has a story, and Cameron has a story, and Wanda has a story, but I don't have a story. That's a load of crap. Any story can be told powerfully. So let's just give some structure to how we're telling the story, because again, we don't want to be on the phone for a half an hour. Some of you do. I'm telling you, if you're looking forward to a half-hour phone calls, you don't have enough leads. Okay. Okay. Here's something else in compelling stories is we're painting pictures of possibilities. Hashtag Bob Ross. Painting pictures of possibilities. So again, when you're on the phone and they're listening to your voice, they're listening to your enthusiasm, they're listening to your sharpness, they're listening to your authority, then they want to know what's the possibility here, right? I saw your ad, I picked up your drop card, I read your post. What's the possibility? So now you got to paint the picture. And some of you are going to go, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to talk about. I don't have a story. here's a huge principle I'm so grateful that I learned from one of my mentors in a presentation class I took many years ago. It was by a guy named Kirk Duncan. His training company is called 3 Key Elements. And he just really helped me get a mindset of steel. I have some of his trainings in the Google Drive, which if you remind me when we're wrapping up, I'll show you where to find them. But he said, your mess is your message. Some of you are like, oh, what's my message? It's your mess. Some of you are like, I don't want to talk about my mess. Okay, then you're going to be generic. You're not going to be engaging or compelling. Talk about your mess. People want to know what's the possibility, because if you share your mess and then how you're cleaning it up, and they're going to go, oh, good. I have a mess I need to clean up too. When telling your story, we want a result where the customer goes, me too, not so what. Me too versus so what. Okay, if I just came out on the call and I was like, hey, thanks for calling my ad. You know, what got you interested? What do you do for a living? Okay, a little bit about me. I made $300,000 in the last 3 months. They're going to say, so what, man? What about me? And I'm going to say, hey, I used to have an empty fridge, an empty stomach, and an empty bank account. And now I've worked to turn those things around, and I'm going to show you how to do it. Would you like to see how I did it? You're going to go, yeah, me too. I want to know. It's different. We want me too, not so what. So there's a structure to telling stories, and it's called what it is, what it could be. What it is, what it could be. Here's what it is. Here's what it could be. Here's what life is. Here's what life could be. Here's what my bank account is. Here's what it could be. Here's what my relationship is with my family. Here's what it could be. This is our structure. And in just a handful of minutes, we can totally drastically change people's perceptions of what we are. What I'd like you to do is bring up these 3 things that people can easily say me too about. They can say me too about taxes. They can say me too about interest. And they can say me too about time. Well, here's what it is with taxes. You know, this is something Mark Kohler points out, and I'd like you guys to remember this. For the average person, they will pay more in taxes than food, clothing, shelter, and entertainment combined. Those 4 things, food, clothing, shelter, entertainment, combined, all those costs, they pay more in taxes, the average person. And that's what it is. But what it could be, the average business owner and the average millionaire pays less than 10% in taxes. So if you have a tax savings story, then share it. Just say, hey, my tax percentage went from 30% to 10%. Oh my goodness, I've saved so much money. That's what it is, what it could be for you. You want to learn how? Great. Interest. Same thing. Front-loaded interest. Man, I'm trying to pay off this debt. I owe $30,000 on my student loan. I give him $15,000. I still owe him $30,000. What the hell's going on? I didn't understand interest. But now I'm a real estate investor. I collect interest. That's what it could be. Right? Those who understand interest collect it. Those who don't pay it. So what is it for you in your world? And then I'm doing a mock conversation. What it is for you, Mr. or Mrs. Customer on the line? Are you collecting interest or are you paying it? Oh my goodness. Well, here's what it is. Here's what it could be. And then time. Right? When you're talking about your mess, is your message, well, what was your time like before you took back control? What was it like? Right? Were you and your spouse, just 2 ships passing in the night? Were you always constantly missing kids' sports and activities? Were you having to drop kids at the daycare and never seeing them? or constantly just sitting in traffic behind a desk getting yelled at by a boss? Like, what was your time like? What it is and what it could be. So take a few minutes if you haven't, and before you have your next call party, write these out, what it is and what it could be. So there's 3 questions that our customers are constantly asking. And the reason why we're hitting this is because we want to be able to move you through all of the steps in the money-making activities. And if they're not picking up the phone, it's because our stories were needing to be worked on. Okay, so here's the 3 questions they're asking themselves. Will this work? Will this work for me? And will I do it? So especially if you're calling back strangers, calling back cold market people, they're constantly wondering this. You know, they're half listening to you and they're half listening to the chatter in their brain. Will this work? Will this work for me? Will I do it? Okay. Now let's think about this. Let's say we're talking to someone on the phone who works 2 retail jobs, right? They're just trying to make ends meet, 2 crappy retail jobs. They work at store number 1 and store number 2, doing customer service, cashier, whatever. Now they saw your ad, they called it. Oh my God, I want to break this cycle. I hate these jobs. I never have enough money. And you call them back. You say, hey, thanks for calling my son. Got you interested. And they say, oh my God, I don't have any time. This sucks. You say, okay, well, come to my meeting. They're going to go, will this work? And will it work for me? Gosh, I don't know, man. Will I do it? I'm already so strapped for time. I want to go to a stupid meeting. The job always has meetings. Nah. And then their brain's going to say, oh, well, what can I say to just get off the phone right now? I'm going to say, okay, I'll be there. Okay, that's it. So if we're not able to answer these questions in their head, so when they hang up, they go, this will work for me, and I will do it, we got to work on our storytelling. Okay, so remember to tell stories, read the audience, end with questions, and then have a 20-second version of your story, a 1-minute version of your story, and a 3-minute version. Right? There are some people you can tell just want to know that you're real, and so a 20-second version is fine. But then there are some people who are the relator validator type, and they want to hear a fantastic story about your struggle, your mess, your message, what it is, and what it could be. Do not forget to tell stories. Don't tell inside jokes. Don't make income promises. And don't make things up. Don't exaggerate. The things we do, what we're working on, and what we're creating for people is already fantastic. You just need to shed some light on it and maybe use some better adjectives, right? Descriptive words. If you feel like you're weak with adjectives, just Google adjectives and start looking at those words and start replacing some of your weak words with stronger words. Okay. There we go. Okay, what to say? Continues. Here's your structure now. As you're building a little bit of rapport, painting that picture so they can understand who you are, you're going to say, well, before, and you don't have to necessarily say Renatus when you're on the phone, but if you're talking to War Market, then yeah, sure. Hey, here's what I was doing before, and here's how I felt about it. I was working here, and I felt like this. Remember, use good adjectives, use good descriptor words. Well, what was missing from your life to make you look? And these are simple, 1 sentences. You know, I was missing time freedom. I was missing, for me, I was missing eating. I just wanted to eat. And then what did you see, hear, feel that inspired you to join? I saw people working together, caring about each other, making money with each other, and that's what I wanted to be a part of. All right, now what's happened to you since? So question number 4 that you're going to answer in building your story is, what's happened since? Well, don't play into the whole nothing's happened, no things have happened. That's not right. That's not accurate. A ton of things have happened. How many deals have you completed? What have you learned? How many deals have you started? How have you been inspired? Who have you connected with? What type of people have you added to your network? What does your future look like? Who have you helped? You helped your family save money, make money, come together, have a better understanding. How much money have you saved? So a lot has happened. You have a new trajectory in life. You got a new understanding of where you want to go. And then a quick closing statement. Man, I'm good. I'm glad I got out of my way. I'm glad I, surrendered my ego and could be coachable. I'm so grateful that someone put out an ad for me years ago, and that's why I put these ads out to contact you. That's why I'm so grateful that Bill called me, and that's why I'm calling you, because we're in it to win it, right? You're calling your warm market. You're in it to win it. I don't know where I'd be if I hadn't joined. I don't know what my future would look like if I wasn't taking action. So build your 20-second, your 1-minute, and your 3-minute version of your story. Okay, we'll do Denise. Okay, número 1. What did you do before Donis, and how did you feel about it, right? Some of you have had massive success in other areas of your life, right? So it's not like you're just coming out saying I was a total failure, but what's making you want to take a look? What was missing? Where were you, and how did you feel about it? Some people say they felt trapped like a dog in their job. Some people will say, you know what? I was just missing quality time. Some people were saying, I really couldn't provide the way I needed and wanted to provide. Simple. These stories are quick, simple. They're not dissertations on your life. They're quick and simple. Cool. You bet. Okay. And number 4, what's gone on? What have you learned? What's happened? Happenings. There have been happenings. So don't say nothing. Even if you're a week in, there are things that have happened. And then a closing statement. Cool. Get some practice in. And then one other thing is being able to talk up the people inside your network, your organization, your office, people in your market that your guests could potentially meet. Tell a quick story about them. Okay, if I'm talking to someone that's in their 30s, 40s, 50s, and they're male, I tell a story about Steve. If they're female, I tell a couple other stories about people in my office that they can connect with. I guess I'm not supposed to name names because ladies' ages matter or something, whatever. It's quit creating separation. But if they're super young, I'll tell them a story about Austin and Megan. If they had worked 2 jobs, I'll tell my story. If they got a ton of kids, I'll talk about Mike and Robin and how, their family's so important to them and they want to just provide it in a much better, stronger way. And they're doing it through real estate investing. And I'd love to introduce you. Okay. People have saved money, made money. They got their time back. They got their juice back. How Stella got her groove back. Talk up our colleagues. Use stronger words. Use descriptive, emotional type words. Especially if you're telling your story and there's someone that you can connect with and relate with. Right? And how many of you were already successful business owners and you wanted to take it to the next level? It's not always about necessarily struggling, but if you plateaued as a business owner or self-employed person, that's your mess. I kept wanting to grow, but I didn't know how to break through. I had kept hitting this ceiling in my mind or in my business, in my functions. And so I was already successful over here, but I wanted to get it even more. That too. But think about people, how many of their bodies are beat up every day. Think about Bob Tierney and how much money he was making for all the real estate investors while he was beating up his body. Right? So share these kinds of things. And remember, they're asking, will it work? Will it work for me? And will I do it? So we got to get better at telling stories. All right. Switch back to my iPad here. So that's just something to remember. If we're going down our process, our money-making activities, see the people, tell a story, build for events, continuous follow-up, ask for the order, always book a meeting from a meeting, and our order entry parties. If you don't have a super solid commitment that they're either going to, attend this event that you're building for, whether it's online or live, if there's not a strong commitment to this event that we're building for, then just tell a stronger story and then get a recommitment. You're going to come to this event. So if I was like, yeah, I want to introduce you to Steve, he's going to save $150,000, $200,000 in interest on his mortgage, and he cut off like 13 years or 17 years. I don't even know. But he's going to have it paid off in like a year and a half. It's incredible. And then if they're not like, what? How the hell does that work? If they're like, oh, okay, then that's a trigger in my mind. Oh, that story wasn't good enough for them. In addition to me introducing you to Steve, I'm also going to introduce you to Rodrigo and show you how he is getting involved in some incredible land development projects here. Have you ever thought about getting into land development? Oh, yeah. Oh, okay, perfect. Well, if you're on time, if you're early, I'll introduce you to him. Right? We've got to be able to tell a quick story. How long was that story? If you timed it on a timer, 8 seconds, 13 seconds, barely anything. But that story might have made them connect a little bit more and want to show up to the event. So that's what I'm saying. We got to look at each of these steps. And as we're going down, we're checking them off. If they're strong enough, we will end up with an OEP. And what happens at the OEP is a payday. Why are we working so hard? We are working so hard for paydays. And why do we want these paydays? So that we can build our legacies and buy fancy things and create a nest egg and a financial stronghold and just maybe eat better food. It's incredible, guys. This system, if you work it, it works. If you work it, it works. So these are the money-making activities. Where are people dropping off? Right? If you build for the event, after you watch a webinar, you're going to get on the phone with me. That's an event. And if people aren't showing up to it, it's because we didn't tell a strong enough story about it. Right? So, hey, after you watch this webinar, I'm going to get on the phone with you, or you can come to my office, and I'm going to show you step by step how you can take back your existence and not die like a punk. Right? So some people want to step by step, so you got to build for the event of being on the phone with you. You got to build for the event of coming to the holiday party, which, by the way, guys, if you want to come check it out here in Denver, it's going to be awesome. It's this Saturday. It's from basically 5 to 10 over at my place. And we're going to have our Super Saturday trainer, William Lamb, in attendance so that any guests, any people that you bring, guests are invited. It's totally free. We're here to build relationships, right? We got drinks and games and food and fun and activities and music. We got 28,000 square feet of party space. It's awesome. Come and check it out. Bring your swimsuit. We got hot tubs and pools and steam rooms and saunas. We got pool tables. And we're going to have a professional bartender on staff. It's going to be awesome. So bring people. Now, what did I just do there? What did I just do there? Come on, guys. What did I just do? I just built for an event. I was telling the story and building for an event. You guys got to come. You got to be there. See, this isn't hard. This is a formula. And the good news about formulas is it doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter who you are. If you work a formula, formula works, right? You pick up your phone. Does your phone care what grade you got, or how fat or fit you are, or how happy or sad you are, or how many friends or friends you don't have? The phone doesn't care. It's a piece of technology. It works. You know, methods and technologies work regardless of who you are. So just use the formula. Use this method. That's right. See, you picked up on it. We're building for events. You got it, Charlotte and Anna. Bingo. This is going to be a ton of fun. So this is what I'm saying. If they're not picking up the phone, we skipped telling the story. That's why I spent so much time on tell the story this morning. I want to make sure you get it through. That's why people aren't picking up. Hey, and I get it too. Sometimes I'm not in it to win it when I'm paying attention on the phone, and people don't want to pick up. That's why I don't like to do phone calls while I'm driving. There's no way people are going to really connect with you, and you're going to be able to tell a compelling story and drive safe at the same time. So, you know, for the couple hours a week that you're making phone calls, focus like mad on this stuff, and then make sure that you're putting in the proper mindset. So then number 5, coming back to a mindset of steel, is work the formula. Work the formula. See the people, tell the story, build for events, continuous follow-up, ask for the order, always book a meeting from a meeting, and an order entry party. Okay, some of you aren't that quote-unquote confident on the phone, and so then your affirmations and what you start thinking in your head is you start thinking, oh, I hope they don't pick up. I don't know what to say, so I hope I get a voicemail. Or I don't know what to say, so I don't want to look stupid. The only way to not look stupid is for this phone call to not happen. And so we start affirming something else that we logically don't want, but emotionally we might be trying to avoid something. So make sure when you're sitting there, you're not saying, I hope I get voicemails. I hope I don't screw this up. You're saying these 3 things. I'm awesome. I attract awesome people. I add value to other people's lives, and I got an important message to share. Now pick up your damn phone. And if I have their name, then I'm saying their name. Come on, Susie, pick up. Pick up, George. Come on, pick up. And I'm putting it out in the ether. I want them to pick up. It's in their best interest. It's in my best interest. We've got the 4 core beliefs in there. Putting it out in the universe. You guys know what I'm talking about. It's that energy. We're all connected. If you're really, truly here to help, it doesn't matter day or night what time you call, people will pick up. Right? We had, at our call party, we had some leads from Atlanta. Now here we are in Denver. It's a 2-hour difference. But because of the energy that we were projecting, people were still picking up at almost 10 o'clock at night. People are in bed picking up the phone going, hello? Right? Like people don't answer their phone in bed except for the energy that was coming across when that phone was ringing. So this is how it's working, guys. This is why it works. So some of you are Maybe you need more logic and proof and reasoning behind it. But here's what Jim Rohn would say. He'd say, all right, well, here we are, we're working super hard and if our business, we can liken to a tree, okay? There's a tree right here. The tree is producing fruits for us. Fruits in our business produces fruits. The fruits for our business is money, okay? So some people plant and get to work, and these roots just take hold, and then we can have our plant up top. Here's what he says. He says, some people are busy studying roots. ... And others are busy picking fruits. So don't get into the whole this why, what stuff, right? Don't get too wrapped up in the roots. Let's pick the fruits. Here it is. Here's your mindset of steel. Here's the tree. Let's get to work on it. This is what we're doing. If you want to dive into the psychology of it and go crazy and hog wild, great. Do that after you make your phone calls. Do it after you watch your Renata's classes. Do it after you've built up some real estate income. Okay, because the whole idea is let's keep picking fruits. Let's keep our mindset on what's important here and not just constantly studying why this stuff works, and just work it. Work the formula. Cool. All right. For some of you, that was a review. For a bunch of you new people, this is gold. This is marketing gold. This is how you can just keep it to a couple hours a week. Okay, great news. I got 2 follow-ups this morning, back to back. Good job, Amaury. It's got 3 follow-ups for me in 2 days. I like it. I'm making some money. And then we're going to go pick up William Lamb, and then I got 2 more follow-ups after that. And then we got our meeting tonight. This is Wealth Wednesday, baby. Stay focused. Let's get those orders in. Remember, there are 3 steps. 3 steps. 1, enter the order. Account setup. Then find funding. And then unlock the education. Okay, so this week you have a ton of people you need to get an account set up for. And they go, I don't have any money. So that's all right, man. We'll find the funding later. Let's get the account set up now. We got weeks to find the funding. Cool. Yes, William's going to be there tonight. Keely's going to be there tonight. Josh is going to be there tonight. We got an amazing event stacked this week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. It's going to be awesome. So plug in, bring your folks. Get back on the phone, smile and dial. Don't make justifications. Do your laundry later. Do your dishes later. Get on the phones. Build. Your time to shine. Okay, I'll talk to you soon. Bye, everybody.